I live in a completely normal city where everyone has normal jobs, but lately this is getting really weird because people have been showing up selling really strange things, stores are being closed, it's like they know something is going to happen and didn't warn the population. So, because of that, I'm leaving here. I have to check with my friend if he knows something that's going to happen. So, I just got here now. He's helping me, but I didn't understand how he suddenly got strong. I think first I need to ask him how he managed to do that, but then he got closer. He said, I stopped eating a lot of food. It's easy. Look, I don't think it was just that, because I see he has a gym back here, but that's not what I came to talk to him about. I came to talk about something really strange that's happening in the city in general. I wanted to know why this player is selling life jackets, but then he got closer. He said, it's because there's going to be a tsunami in the city, and now he just left here. I don't know how he can live his life normally with that kind of information, especially because if this is actually true, it's going to destroy the whole city. I'm coming here to get my car. In this case, I have these two vehicles, but I'm going to use this one because it's more convenient right now. I'm running over here to talk to the president, especially because he's being re-elected here. I have to talk to him urgently. He said, vote for me for president. Look, I know you want to get re-elected, but I want to know the truth about what's going on. But he came really close. He said, I don't know what you're talking about, and now I have to go. He really doesn't want to help me, but now a helicopter is coming to pick up the president. Look, I hope he doesn't leave. I want him to explain to me exactly what's happening to the city first. I want to know if the news is real, and also why players are selling life jackets here in Brookhaven. I want him to tell me that before he leaves. He said, it's real. The sea level is slowly rising. You better run or stay in the highest place of all. But guys, this doesn't make any sense, especially because people aren't panicking. Everyone is living their lives like absolutely nothing is happening. This doesn't make any sense at all. But now it suddenly started raining. Maybe this is really bad. He said, now I really have to go. It looks like he's going to have to leave now. The helicopter flew away, and since he's the president, he can go wherever he wants. Also, he can survive in the city, while we, the citizens, are going to stay here in the tsunami. I'm going to take advantage of being here and buy some food, but for some reason this place is closed. I'm sure it has to do with the tsunami. They closed this place because of the tsunami. Now, finally, he arrived here. He said, we were recently robbed, and because of that, we're taking precautions. Okay, now that makes more sense. Now he just opened this door, so I can finally go inside. Look, this is really good, but I'm going to do some shopping, since today there's going to be a tsunami. It's a really weird tsunami, because nobody cares, but I'm going to buy as much food as possible, because that's going to be really important. Now I'm grabbing milk. I'm getting ice cream, which isn't very important, but it'll be nice to have it. I'm coming here now to pay for this. Perfect. I'm paying here. This actually worked. But there's a player here who looks like a very important scientist. He said, take me to the water. Okay, I don't know why he wants that, but I'm coming here to take him exactly to the water. Maybe that's important for him, for the scientific tests he's doing. But now, finally, I arrived here. We're exactly at the place he asked for. Now he's going back here, but I really want to know what he's doing, and also why he came here. But he's holding a really weird item. I really want to know what he's doing, but I'm sure he's not going to say. But I'm watching this together with him. He said, wow, everything is going to flood. It's a great opportunity to buy property because it's going to get cheaper after the tsunami. Look, I don't know how he can think about that. All of this is happening in the city, and he's thinking about the chance to buy everything cheaper. Look, that's pretty fair. Now we're getting back in the car, and honestly, what he said was really weird. So weird that I'm starting to realize this tsunami that's going to hit the city isn't getting the proper attention, and people aren't scared, especially because this all seems intentional. But now it looks like he left. He just walked away. That player was really strange. Now I'm going to take the chance to buy a few things. He said, there's going to be a tsunami in the city. Take this. Guys, he gave me this completely for free. Looks like I won't have to pay anything at all. But this friend of mine, he's leaving. He's checking his truck since he's going on a trip, but he shouldn't do that because there's going to be a tsunami. Now he came right here. He said, it's just going to flood the city. If that's all, I can still do my deliveries. Okay, that was really strange. He's getting back in the truck, and now he's coming to the front. But this could be a huge problem, because if the city really floods, that's the first step before the tsunami comes here, and it looks like it really did flood. This friend of mine is still coming to the front, and he really doesn't care that this is flooded. He's not even noticing the dangers this could cause, and he's coming up here to make his deliveries. This player stood up, and it looks like he said goodbye, because now he's leaving. He just got to his house, which is exactly this one, but he's coming back here, because he probably knows the tsunami is about to start. But there's a player up front watching everything that's happening here. He seems like a very wise player, and out of nowhere he started dancing, and my friend came back here, but he ended up coming back to normal. He said, I ate something sweet and went back to normal. It's impossible to lose weight. Look, I know that's a problem, but there's an even bigger problem in the city. I don't know how he didn't notice it, but if we get up front, besides having a player dancing here, the city is completely flooded, and now he's finally seeing it, but it looks like he didn't understand the problem. Look, this is a big problem. This means there really is a chance of a tsunami in the city. He said, let's play soccer then. Guys, none of the players are taking this seriously. Apparently, he agreed with it, and now the two of them are coming here to play soccer right on this field. Seriously, the players don't care at all, so much so that he grabbed the ball and is basically playing here, and he even scored an own goal. But now, finally, it's getting dark. I'm going to take the chance to sleep, so I brought my car into the garage because it needs to be parked here, and now it's officially nighttime. Now he even came over, and for some reason, it stopped raining. I don't know why that happened, but now he's staring at me. He said, it stopped raining. Now there won't be a tsunami anymore. Look, that's not really how it works. Even Even the other player came here, and both of them are watching to see what I'm going to say this time. But I'm not going to say anything. I'm going back home to take the chance to sleep now that it's nighttime. But it looks like both of them are standing out front. They're holding a protest. He held up a sign. He said, "We want a statement. You said there would be a tsunami in the city, and nothing happened." Look, I know nothing happened. They should actually be happy. But now I'm closing the doors to stop them from coming here. And now I'm coming to sleep because tomorrow is going to be a very important day. Okay, I just woke up to a lot of noise and someone knocking on my door. But I got up to see what's going on. I want to understand why he woke me up out of nowhere. Now he came inside. He said, "The tsunami really arrived." Look, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm heading out to check this, and it's really raining a lot. The houses are without power. Even my own house has no power. But now I'm coming up front, and everything here is completely flooded. I don't know what happened, but there's a lot of water in the city. Even the barn is underwater. I didn't expect this would actually happen, but everything here is underwater. But there's an even bigger problem because our friend left with a truck. The person who lives in this house went out to make some deliveries and was never seen again in the city. He said, "You don't understand. The water level can rise and reach our houses." Look, I think that's unlikely, but we'll have to get to the highest place of all, which I believe is his house. So, I'm following him here in Roblox, and his house really will be a very good place to stay safe. So now I'm coming up here, and for some reason the power came back. That's really good. Now he's right here, and he's honestly way more scared than I am. But now more players are coming here, all really scared. They're even climbing up here to try to save themselves. They really made the right decision, because here we are going to help them. He said, "You're the one who caused this. You talked about the tsunami earlier." Look, I talked about it because literally all of this was a prediction. But guys, while they're suspicious of me and believe I caused this, which is literally impossible, the water level is basically rising. You can see that the water level went up a bit. The water keeps getting higher. This is way weirder than it looks, especially because it stopped raining, so this shouldn't be happening. While they're watching this up front, I'm just going to take the chance to sleep. But he's staring at me, and he's wearing a gas mask. Look, that's not going to help much, especially because this has nothing to do with gas here in the city. This other player is also sleeping, so I'm going to take the chance to sleep too. But unfortunately I can't because that bed belongs to my friend, so I'll have to sleep somewhere else. In this case, I'm going to sleep down here, and even though it's not raining in the city anymore, everything is still very flooded. I'm going to sleep and hope that tomorrow I wake up with everything back to normal. So now I'm heading back here, and I'm going to take the chance to sleep, especially because I hope all of this ends tomorrow. But I'm going to have to open the curtains to see what's going on. But now, once again, the water level has risen, and the water is much higher than before. Now this literally reached the city. This is really terrible. Now the power went out. All the houses are without power for very obvious reasons. But despite everything that's happening, I'm still going to take the chance and sleep. But now it's finally morning here. The sun is coming back, and I just woke up. But I'm looking outside, and a lot has changed. You can see the ground is completely dirty because of the water that passed through here, and there are several cars that were dragged away by the water. Some are totally destroyed. Actually, all of them are destroyed. But there's a very big problem. A friend of mine disappeared and was never seen again, so I have to find out where he is. So I'm leaving now. Now finally, he left too, and it didn't make much sense for him to wear masks. He said, "Where's that yellow friend of ours? He disappeared, right? Look, he only realized now that something really strange is going on." But anyway, answering the question, that friend of ours disappeared. I have no idea where he is. Now everyone is seeing exactly what happened to the city, but I'm going to have to grab my car to save this player. He came here too, and now I'm heading to the front while people return to their homes. I'm coming here to find out where my friend is. I also need to check if he's not in one of these cars, but it looks like he's not here. But I remember he came right here, and everything here is really destroyed. The water ended up making a huge mess. The neighborhood is really dirty. Not just the neighborhood, but the whole city. And now I'm trying to figure out where he is, but I see his truck up ahead. This really is his truck, and it's totally destroyed. I'm getting closer to see if he's okay, and apparently he's sleeping up here. He actually looks like he's doing fine. I'm waking him up now. He finally got up. He said, "Wow, good thing it was just a dream." He really thinks the tsunami was a dream, but this was way more real than it seems. He's even looking at his truck now, and it's completely destroyed. He finally realized this wasn't a dream, and now he's actually really scared. Now that everyone's in the car, I have to go back to the city because we need to see if more people need help. Now I arrived here. And this really is the end of this Brookhaven market. Everything was completely destroyed. But the president is coming here. He's basically passing by and seeing everything that happened. But he could have helped us if he had just warned everyone. He didn't warn anyone that this was going to happen. But he came right here to say something, and all of us are listening to what he has to say. He said, "I just need you to vote. If I get 3 more votes, I'll become president." Look, I could easily vote for him, but he took the helicopter and left without warning us that this was going to happen. So he doesn't deserve to become president. Now we're heading back to the car, especially because we're not going to help him since he didn't help us. But this player is here again. I want to see what he's selling this time. He said, "I'm selling autographs now from someone who survived the tsunami." Look, I don't know why he's selling that, since literally everyone in the city survived the tsunami. Also, guys, if you want to add me on Roblox, just click the join button and I'll add you on Roblox.